so let us talk to you. Wrestling friends coming out of the city, house of bad, talking up, hoping now that you hear this. We jumping off the top rope, smack down, you gon' feel this. Yeah, we standing on business, this gas so loud, got you tapping when you hit it, but I ain't never no credit though. I'm just talking my shit, man, it's something that you need to know. It don't matter who you are.
What's up, wrestling friends? Here we are with another episode of House of Bat. I'm your host, Eric Battle, and today, walking into the House of Bat, we have
the punk rock prince, Jordan Kross.
Thank you for showing us some love, giving us some time. So the way I like to start it is, how old are you and how long you been wrestling?
All right, so I'm 25 years old, and I've been wrestling for 6 years. Obviously, COVID took a chunk of that away, but my debut was New Year's Eve 2018.
Okay. So about 6 years in the industry. It's pretty dope. From what I've seen, you've wrestled at a lot of promotions in those 6 years. I even have a list: Ring of Honor, Second Wrestling, Super Wrestlers, NWA, Dreamwave, Warrior, and a little bit of AEW Dark before it kind of went away. Talk to us about you being from like a smaller area, like a more local, like a lot smaller of a town, I guess.
Sure.
And being able to travel around the Midwest and go to all these other different promotions.
So I made my debut at SSW Entertainment in Kenosha, which is, I would say, my favorite place to wrestle just because it's hometown, it's family run. Like that's the Kross's legacy at this point. And being from Kenosha is a great spot because it's just between Chicago and Milwaukee. So I'm in a really good spot, like geographically, to be able to travel to places like AAW and Dreamwave and Warrior, and then hit up Milwaukee, Great Lakes Championship Wrestling, Raging Pro up in Green Bay. And I'm pretty close to a lot of things. I've been blessed in that way, as well as just getting a lot of opportunities early on, like the ability to wrestle on Ring of Honor and AEW, like you said. Like those are just opportunities that I'll never take for granted.
Nice. So I know you do a lot of tag team wrestling as well, right?
Yep.
Tag team name is Punk Rock Jock?
Punk Rock Jocks. Yep. That started at Second Wrestling not too long ago, but CJ Martin and I have tried to take that ball and roll with it.
Okay, cool. How's that going for you guys?
Right now we've been feuding at Second Wrestling with Phobia, looking to get the Second Wrestling Tag Team Championships, and we were successful in our debut at AAW Pro last month.
So do you prefer single matches or tag matches? Which one would you kind of lean?
I kind of look at them as different opportunities. As a singles wrestler, everything's on me, but in a tag team, I get to take the things I'm best at, combine them with the things CJ's best at, put them together, and see where we can go with it. So honestly, I don't really have a preference. I look at them both separately.
Okay. So let's talk about how you got into wrestling. You mentioned COVID kind of had some play in there. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, so my dad, Ryan Kross, has been wrestling for about 25 years, and I didn't care about wrestling until I was like 15, 16. I started rolling shows with him, and I was like, well, I kind of want to do this right when he was getting ready to wrap it up. So he sent me up to Angel Armani in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He trained me, and then after that, I kind of took the ball and rolled with it. So I was just watching my dad growing up.
Okay, damn, that's pretty cool. I didn't realize that it was like a legacy kind of passed down there. How do you feel about kind of having to carry the mantle after that?
It was a big shoes to fill, being a second-generation wrestler. It's not an easy task by any means. Everyone always wants to say, oh, you get stuff handed to you. No, it makes things a lot harder because people are like, oh, well, your dad did this. Oh, your dad did that.
There's an expectation.
There's a very high expectation, but I feel like I've done my best to separate myself so that when people see Jordan, they're not like, oh, that's Ryan Kross's son. It's like, damn, like, that's Jordan Kross.
Right. Kind of doing your own thing, making sure your own name is out there.
My biggest thing is making sure I can fulfill the things that my dad feels that he couldn't.
Okay, damn, that's a different perspective to look at it from. All right then. I'm wishing the best for you, honestly. So let's talk about the influences in your wrestling style and your wrestling persona. Is some of that stem from your dad? Does some of that stem from watching wrestling? Where does that kind of come from?
Sure. So I feel like any wrestling fan, 16-year-old wrestling fan, like I loved Ring of Honor and New Japan. I think really one of the big influences was I went to All In 2018, and I was like, you know what, I want to do this. Like the stereotype of being 250 pounds, 6'5" was like going away, and people are starting to look more like me. And one of the people who really influences my style is Alex Shelley. The Motor City Machine Guns, by far the biggest influences on me.
Do you look at them from a singles aspect and a tag aspect?
The ability to look at them differently.
What's going on, guys?
Here, Robert Ego.
You can finish this. I've got chicken.
Robert Anthony had a big influence on me as a kid. That piece of shit. But yeah, the Motor City Machine Guns are absolutely one of the biggest influences on me. Looking at how they separate themselves, they don't do their it's not two singles wrestlers having a tag team match. Those two move as a cohesive unit, and I think that's part of the beauty of tag team wrestling as well.
So getting into wrestling at 16, you said you didn't really think about it until you got around to that age. Was there something you kind of wanted to do differently that wasn't wrestling related, or you never really thought about it until kind of wrestling showed up?
I was just kind of a kid that went to school, went home, hung out, didn't really do much. I was just kind of a Star Wars and wrestling nerd.
So I'm a big Star Wars guy too.
Yeah, I did. I love Star Wars. And then I started going to the gym, and then I started going to wrestling training. I was like, wow, this gives me like something to do. And then I didn't know what I wanted to do in real life, so I went and got a physical therapy degree. I just finished that recently, and now it's
Congrats.
like, thank you. It's something that I can tie into wrestling because, obviously everyone wants to be a wrestler when they wrestle, but like, honestly, like I've always, when I'm backstage at WWE, AEW, I love looking at how medical does their stuff. I think that's so interesting how their medical departments are run.
I mean, that's a whole nother part of the industry, you know what I mean? So, I mean, having the knowledge there, I'm sure is very helpful for you when you're training and all that type of stuff.
Honestly, just being able to be like first aid certified, like at Dreamwave, Gringo Loco split his eyebrow open with Nick Gage, and the first person they called was me to come patch it up, and like that's
I'm gonna salute you to that, bro. I'm also first aid certified, so I love that.
It was an honor to just have people like think like, hey, we should have Jordan do this. So it was a very cool experience to be able to be like the guy that they go to, and that makes me feel very fulfilled.
Nice, awesome.
In a way that wrestling doesn't.
So let's talk about, we're right around the corner from the end of the year. What do you have going on November, December, maybe even 2026 that you're pretty excited about?
So, we have September's got a lot going on. And then throughout the rest of the year, we have Dreamwave in October. That's a big one. Always look forward to Dreamwave and a Goodest Gold Rumble for Dreamwave in December. SSW at the end of the month, like I said, I'm in a fatal four-way. Me, Vic Capri, and potentially his last match ever, Dr. Jeff Luxon and Chris Masters in a number one contendership match.
Nice.
And if I win that, then I'll be facing my dad at SSW's biggest show of the year, Horsepower, in March.
Nice. That's an exciting opportunity, man. I'm excited for you, and I'm hoping I get to see some clips or something of that.
Yeah, honestly, winning the SSW title, I did in 2023 in a tournament. I won it in the opening round, and then I lost in the main event to Vic Capri. So this is a big bow tied on that story. He was my 100th match then, and he'll be my 200th match now.
Okay, big 200.
Potentially being able to wrestle my dad for the title of the company that I grew up watching is going to be a surreal experience if that's to come to fruition.
That's a big milestone right there. I'm rooting for you. Before we head off, let them know your Instagram, where they can follow you, where they can catch all your content. Keep updated with where you're going to wrestle.
Sure. So everything is at the Jordan Kross. YouTube, Kross TV have a bunch of free matches. Try to upload one every couple weeks. Right now, it's me versus Mustafa Ali has been blowing up on there.
Nice.
If anyone was to check out a match of mine, that's probably the one I would suggest. But yeah, you can check me out on Instagram, is where I keep everyone up to date with all my stuff.
Nice. Well, thank you again for taking the time to work with us. Shout out AEW. Still got to go in there and meet Trent. So, that's another episode. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Like and subscribe down below. More info and the details.
This shit for the culture, nigga. This shit for y'all. It don't matter who you are. It don't matter if you big or you small. This shit for the culture, nigga. This shit for y'all.